What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another episode of My Ultimate Team. This is episode number 44, and we start today's episode off by going back into the Association Shield here. Of course, we're in the semi-final after 2 wins from our first 2 games using this new squad, and we give a contract to Elia here. But this episode is filled with frustration. It all starts here. I kept getting these server errors. Server error occurred, that's all I was getting. So I decided to leave Ultimate Team for a bit, come back into it, and then I noticed that I've been booted out of the tournament. So that's just fantastic, isn't it? I mean, it's just absolutely ridiculous. I thought at first it was just a bug, but no, I've been booted out of the tournament. As you can see by my record as well, nothing's changed. I haven't played a game and just pretend it never happened after I lost. No, I hadn't played a single game. I just left Ultimate Team because I wasn't getting any games. Came back into it, and it seems like I've been booted out of the tournament, so that's just fantastic, and you have to thank EA for that. So we'll have to start all over again, sadly, but we did manage to sell a whole chunk of our BPL players. Sandro didn't sell those, so we relisted him for 1.4k, and we now got Begovic and Monreal selling. And you may be wondering what's happened to Matic. Of course, we got the Chelsea transferred Matic, who I transferred from my original account. I got him in a pack. I've resent him back to my main account. The reason being is because I was going to make a squad builder, but I never got round to doing it, so I guess I'll just end up selling him. But anyway, that's why Matic has disappeared from the club. But once again, we try and get ourselves back into the games here, and we still have the exact same problem. Server error occurred. That's all I was getting through this episode, and it was just so frustrating because not only had I been knocked out of a tournament, I now couldn't get another game, so it was just absolutely ridiculous. But eventually we did get a game here, and we came against this 4-3-3 BPL side. De Gea, Sissoko, Sacco, Kabul, and the non-BPL player was the right back. I think that's Rod Fanny, isn't it? The midfield trio was Gerrard, Arteta, and Sissoko, and the front three was Hernandez, Torres, and Ben Arfa. That's Pablo Hernandez with Swansea. And the first chance of the game came in the 6th minute here. He plays the ball through to Torres, outmuscles my defender, and he shoots, but the ball is cleared off the line by my left back, and from that we got the pitch on the counter attack. The ball finds Renteria, who finds Ben Arfa, fake shots round to Sissoko, then a nice little McGee spin, plays the ball through to Renteria, nice little ball through to Infor Moreno, and what a strike that is with the outside of his right foot right into the top corner. And as it looked like we were going to go 1-0 down there, we went and took a 1-0 lead, so good start for us in the 8th minute. And in the 27th minute we win the ball again here. Nice little scoot turn by Moreno, stops the ball, plays the ball to Tony Cruz, he fakes a shot, then shoots himself, but unfortunately the goalkeeper makes the save, so still 1-0. However, from the corner we cross the ball in with Ben Arfa towards the head of Renteria, and he puts the ball into the back of the net. So this team looks very, very good from corners, I must admit. It looks fantastic, and I think that's like 3 or 4 goals I've scored already from corners. So 2-0 here, and in the 60th minute we won another corner, and it turned out to be the exact same result. The cross came in, and again Renteria wins it in the air and scores the goal. So 3-0, and the guy decided to rage quit after that as he'd just had enough. But yeah, this side looks absolutely fantastic from corners, and Renteria as well. I was actually a little bit fearful when I picked up Renteria. I thought it was a silver, 74 rated, which is good, but I thought none of those stats are really sort of outstanding, if you know what I mean, on his card. But he looks very, very good, I must admit. So that strike partnership with Infor Moreno and Renteria could be a lot better than I thought it would be. But we sold Begovic and Monreal here, and Sandro is still selling, so that was good to offload a couple more players from our team to give us a few more coins. And straight after that we decided to try and get into the online seasons match up because I wasn't having any luck in the tournament. Tried to get a game here, and once again we had a contract running out, Lloris, so eventually we give him a contract. And as I said, I am going to start playing divisions again eventually, because I know I haven't played them in quite a few episodes. But I tried to get myself an online, tried to get myself a seasons match, and once again server error occurred. That's all I was getting for the night, and it was just unbelievably frustrating. It was just really, really annoying me, to be honest, because I just could not seem to find a game whatsoever, and I was running out of time to play these games, and I needed to get them in, and unfortunately I just couldn't seem to find a game due to EA's incompetence. But eventually we did manage to get ourselves a game here once again. It took us a long time, but eventually we did, and we came against this side here. It was a really decent Bundesliga side. It was a 4-2-3-1. Adler, Alaba, Dante, Hummels, Piszczek, Luis Gustavo, Javi Martinez, Boateng, Elia, Farfan, and the striker was Mandzukic. So a very, very strong Bundesliga side. The first chance did come to him in the 6th minute. He rolled the ball through with Elia towards Mandzukic, and he put the ball past Lloris. So just 6 minutes in, my opponent was in front here. So not a very good start for us. I've been defending quite well of late, so I was kind of pissed off to concede such an easy goal there. But in the 12th minute, we had a good chance here. Cruz finds his man. The ball eventually comes to Renteria down the right hand side, gives the ball to Ben Arthur. Ben Arthur goes down the right hand side. McGeady spins past Elia, shoots from range, but Adler makes a really good save. He's a very underrated goalkeeper, by the way, Adler. I face him quite a lot and he's very good. But from the corner, it's punched away eventually, and my opponent clears the ball away, but it was really scrappy and the ball fell to Kabay, and I decided to shoot. And I found the back of the net because I don't know if you would have seen that, but the goalkeeper was on the floor because of the scramble in the box. He kind of just got sort of bugged out on the floor, couldn't get up. And Kabay obviously just looped it over him and found the back of the net from range. So 1-1 here, back on level terms. And in the 45th minute in injury time, there was quite a lot of lag. But the ball came to Ben Arthur. Ben Arthur played the ball through to Renteria. He played the ball through to Inform Moreno, and he found the back of the net. So 2-1 to us on the stroke of half time. And that was good to get ourselves in front for the first time in the game. And as I said, this strike partnership complements themselves so well. They're really good together. But in the 71st minute, my opponent comes through here, lovely through ball towards Mandzukic. Lloris comes out, and it's a definite penalty, unfortunately. No way could I argue myself out of that one. That was an obvious penalty as Lloris brings Mandzukic down. He seemed to like headbutt him in the chest there as Mandzukic hits the deck. But penalty to my opponent, and as I've said, I'm really bad at saving penalties. You know, sometimes I'm okay at scoring them, but when it comes to saving them, I never really guess the right way. So he stood over the ball with Mandzukic, but he ended up giving the ball to his left back, Alaba of Bayern Munich, of course. So Alaba stands up here against Lloris. Real good chance for him to make it 2-2 with 90 minutes to go, and unfortunately he does. I dive to Lloris's left, and unfortunately Alaba puts the ball down the middle. So 2-2 here with 19 minutes to go, and as the game was being closed out, I was really annoyed because I was in control, to be honest. I was playing really well. As you see, Kabul make a great last-ditch challenge here, and we come up the pitch. I was playing really well, but I just couldn't find the back of the net. And in the 75th minute, Schmitz finds Elia down the left-hand side. He turns on his pace, goes down the left-hand side, crosses the ball in. Moreno with the bicycle kick, but Adler makes a wonderful save. So like I said, he's such a good goalkeeper, and that would have been a wonderful bicycle kick by Moreno. But it was 2-2, and sadly the game did indeed go to extra time and penalties, because this was of course an online single match and we both wanted to play it. So it did go to extra time and penalties, and again I was really frustrated because you'll probably briefly see the match stats here. I was in control of the game, I was playing really well, but I just couldn't seem to find that third goal, which was really beginning to frustrate me. But it was 2-2, we did go into extra time, and the first chance would come in the 94th minute. A good chance for us here as Elia goes down the left hand side here, takes on Hummels. He's got the pace to beat the centre back here. He's pulling Elia's shirt, and the referee gives a penalty. So Elliot doesn't go down there, but the referee does give a penalty due to Hummels' aggressive shirt pulling, and I think that's the right decision as well. I know some people don't think a penalty should be given unless the player goes down, but in my opinion, if you're pulling the shirt so much to get an advantage, then it's clearly a penalty. So the referee does give it, and it's a penalty to us, and we stand over the ball with Johan Kabay, the Newcastle centre midfielder, of course now at PSG, but we've got the Newcastle card. Kabay stands over the ball here, real good chance for us to make it 3-2 in extra time. He stands over the ball and does find the top corner. So 3-2 to us in extra time, and that felt very good for us. So 2 penalties awarded in this game, 1 for either side, and both were converted. So 3-2 here, but in extra time my opponent gets on the ball, plays it through with Boateng towards Elia. Elia is all alone and he finds the back of the net, and that was such a frustrating goal to concede because Boateng was keeping him onside, and I have no idea why, because he had so much space there, and unfortunately the AI marking was very poor. So he levelled the score up there, 3-3, and unfortunately that was how the game finished after 120 minutes. So we would go to a penalty shootout. So a very good game, but I never really fancied my chances on penalties, and of course I did win my last penalty shootout online, but to be honest I felt very pessimistic coming into this. Inform Moreno took the first penalty, but unfortunately Adler made the save. So my opponent had a good chance to make it 1-0 here from the spot, from the 2 penalties, but he put the ball down the middle, so Lloris saves it, and it's still 0-0 after the first two penalties. Renteria then steps up for us and finds the top corner, so we take the early lead here, 1-0 in the shootout. He then steps up with KPB against Lloris, and unfortunately he finds the top corner. So back on level terms here, 1-1, and then we had a penalty with Elia, and well, this was a really frustrating penalty because the ball hit Adler's legs, and then it looked like it was going to creep over the line, but unfortunately he clawed it away before it did. So still 1-1. I thought it was going to cross the line, but it didn't. Then his own Elia Elia stepped up here, his version of Elia, and it was also saved. Lloris made the save, and it was still level, so 1-1 after 6 penalties. Tony Cruz then stepped up for us and found the top corner as he sends Adler the wrong way, so we are back in front in this game. Then Jefferson Farfan steps up for my opponent here, good chance to make it 2-2, and unfortunately he does, so back on level terms. And again, with every single penalty I was starting to feel the pressure because I knew eventually I'd miss, and thankfully I didn't there. Kabay finds the top corner, and it's still still us in the lead, 3-2 now. Javi Martinez then steps up and finds the back of the net, so 3-3, back on level terms. Then Ben Arthur steps up for us here, and Ben Arthur once again sends the goalkeeper the wrong way, so 4-3. I was keeping my nerve, I was doing quite well trying to put the pressure on my opponent, but unfortunately with every single penalty he was finding the back of the net. That was the most frustrating one. It looked like Lloris was definitely going to save it, and unfortunately it found the back of the net anyway, so still level on this scoreline. I thought I was definitely going to take the lead there, but unfortunately it was 5-4 here. Alaba then stepped up for my opponent and once again found the back of the net, so I just couldn't seem to save the penalty, and unfortunately Boateng then stepped up for us, and I'd like to blame this on the lag, but I can't. It was annoying because the cursor seemed to skip a little bit and went into the red, and I would like to blame that on the lag, but I'm sure if I did people would complain, so I'll just say I messed it up. Dante then stepped up for my opponent and found the back of the net, so unfortunately I did kind of choke on the penalties there. It was frustrating because the game did have quite a few pockets of lag, and I would like to say that it was the lag that caused the cursor to jump from the green to the red, but I guess I can't really, can I? So we did lose on penalties, not a real surprise, but there you go. As I said, it was frustrating, so I felt like I was in control. But if I'm not going to take my chances, then it's my own fault, really. But the last thing you'll see is us buy a gold premium pack. So I felt I needed a good pack to cheer me up, and unfortunately I got nothing. But there you go. But we do put the contracts in the club, and that will do for the end of the episode. So as always, guys, a big thank you for watching today's video. I really hope you have enjoyed it. If you have, please leave a like. So that's much appreciated, and it really does help my channel out. And I'll see you for the next episode of My Ultimate Team very soon.